Finally, Zechariah, as we close, last one. The man who was told, your son will turn the hearts of the people back to God, likewise shows his own turn back to God. He hesitates. He has to go that long time without being able to speak and presumably without being able to hear. And the chapter closes with his recognition of how great God's blessing is. We won't take the time to read it, but I would point you toward verses 68 and 69 because it's there. Zechariah praises God for the giving of Jesus. He first starts with the Lord himself. Think about that for a moment. Zechariah, the father of the forerunner, is okay with his son being the forerunner and not being the Savior himself. He's okay with his son not, quote, being the starter on the football team. He's okay with his son preparing the way because he understands he's preparing the way for the one who would save all of mankind. Talks about him being from the house of David. That can't be Zechariah. It can't be John. That is Jesus himself. Then look at the transition in verse 76. And you, child, will be called the prophet of the Most High. For you will go before the Lord to prepare his ways. The rest of this is to John himself. It's in verse 77, to give knowledge of salvation to his people in the forgiveness of their sins. That's a key phrase in Luke and Acts, forgiveness of sins. And here's the first time it's used, about the mission of John to prepare the way of the people for Jesus. Now think quickly about the importance of this conversation and this prayer he's giving to John. We don't know how many other people Zechariah may have told this message to or how many other people he reached with this message. But he relayed it to one. He told the good news to the one who needed to hear it, John the Baptist. If no one else ever heard it directly from Zechariah, how many lives were changed because of the raising Zechariah gave John the Baptist? Because he looked at him and he told him over and over again about the greatness of God, the greatness of Jesus, the Christ, who would come after him. Sometimes, yes, we need to be prepared to reach out. But the order is important too. That before we're most prepared to reach out, we need to look at those who are at our feet first. Can we point them to the Lord, to his promises, and to his goodness, knowing that he will sustain us and them in following? So how will we, like Zechariah, overcome our own hesitations to speak the good news to others? And how can we start today, tonight in fact even, to direct our gratitude for the Lord and his goodness toward our children and our younger generations to help them follow him more closely? It's too good a news to not share. So let's start with those who are closest to us, most direct influence, and then go from there.